Gallop's there present to see it. It's been going for over 30 years, the race, and famous horses like Millhouse and Arkle have won it down those years. It should be a thriller today. Let's now join Peter O'Sullivan.
Yes, this, the 32nd running, the 29th in fact at Newbury, because the first 3 years were run at Cheltenham. They have 12 runners today, a really open race. They've got 21 fences to jump. And for the first time, a French challenger with Nupsala, ridden by André Pommier, the winner, of course, the surprise winner on that occasion of the King George VI chase. And number 1 is Kildimo, ridden by Jimmy Frost. 2, Nupsala, André Pommier. 3, Cavies Clown, Russ Arnott, looking for his first winner of the season. 4, Kissan, Tom Morgan, just beaten the traffic. 5, High Edge Grey, Tim Reed. 6, Mr. Frisk, Richard Dunwoody, bidding for a hat-trick this afternoon. 7, Handy Trick, Michael Hammond. 8 is Midnight Madness, ridden by Mr. Roddy Green. 9 is Gala's Image, Brendan Powell. 10, Bucko, ridden by Mark Dwyer. 11, Strands of Gold, Peter Scudamore. And 12, On the Twist, didn't have a rider in the morning papers, now ridden by Guy Landor, who, like Ross Arnott, is looking for his first winner of the season. Just 1 overweight, and that's 2 pound overweight for Bucko, trained by Jimmy Fitzgerald, one of the 2 trainers who've already trained a winner. Jimmy won it with Galway Blaze, and Ken Oliver, the trainer of High Edge Grey, won it with Fighting Fit. And here, leading them out is Kildimo, followed by Nupsala in the blinkers. He always wears the blinkers. 38-year-old André Pommier aboard. Cavies Clown just behind him. Kildimo, 6-1 from 11-2, ridden by Jimmy Frost on the 10 mark. Winner of 10 of his 22 races. They've won 85 races in all between them. 85 of their 308 races. He's having his first run of the season. 2 is Nupsala. He's had a run in France, a tune-up, and Francois Dumaine thinks that he's in cracking good form. 38-year-old André Pommier having his first ride at Newbury is being followed by Cavies Clown, having his second run of the season, ridden by Ross Arnott, winner of 7 of his 28 races, this horse. Very useful little horse, this, always easy to identify with his white face. 4 behind him is Kissan, ridden by Tom Morgan, winner of 7 of his 23 races, trained by John Edwards. Successful jockey-trainer combination here. From the north, High Edge Grey, trained by Ken Oliver, won it in 79 with Fighting Fit. High Edge Grey, a very promising young horse, one of the juniors in the race, a 7-year-old, ridden by Tim Reed. And behind him comes Mr. Frisk, the partner of Richard Dunwoody, he's on the 10-1 mark at the moment, bidding for a hat-trick this afternoon, won the first 2. He's winner of 10 of his 18 races. You may have seen him at Ascot recently, and very impressive he was when making most of the running there. Behind him is Handy Trick, who's never won in the south, ridden by Michael Hammond, trained by the great Arthur Stevenson, who trains so many winners every year. He's on the 23 mark at the moment. Michael Hammond's on the 17 mark. This is another very promising young horse. 10 of his 33 races he's won. Then 8 is Midnight Madness, ridden by the amateur claiming 7, Roddy Green. He's winner of 8 of his 28, trained by David Bloomfield, who also owns him. You probably saw him at Chepstow, where he ran a pretty decent race too. Behind him is Gala's Image. And the Rymel family have never won this great race. They've been 2nd and 3rd with Gay Chance, and this is Mrs. Rymel's representative, ridden by Brendan Powell, winner of 7 of his 34 races, Gala's Image, followed by Bucko, the only overweight Bucko, 14-1 from 100-8, trained by Jimmy Fitzgerald, who won it in 85 with Galway Braves, winner of 6 of his 27 races. You'll notice he's protectably bandaged in front, ridden by Mark Dwyer, who's going great guns this season. He's on the 30 mark, and behind him comes Strands of Gold, an ex-Jimmy Fitzgerald horse, now trained by Martin Pipe, who's on the 68 mark. He's winner of 6 of his 27 races. He came back to his best form. Well, he'd give the top rider, Peter Scudamore, there on the 83 mark, a terrific ride this afternoon. And behind him, the bottom weight and well out of the handicap, but I mean, that doesn't disqualify him. on the twist, owned and trained by Jeff Hubbard and ridden by Guy Landor. Well, he is likely to be one of the long-priced ones. Here's how they bet at the moment.
And Covey's Clown is 4-1, the clear favourite. In fact, there's been a run on this one, on the favourite. It began the betting 11-2, is now 4-1. Kildymo 11-2. Nupsala 6-1, so is High Edge Grey and Handy Trick. Mr. Frisk and Strands of Gold 10-1. And on 14-1, Bucko and Kisan 16-1, bar 9.
Yes, there's the only grey in the race, High Edge Grey, and he's come a long way, this one. From Scotland, Ken Oliver, be a very popular winner. Certainly Ken knows what it is to win here. He's won in 79 with Fighting Fit. He was second with Young Ashley. Well, High Edge Grey, ridden today by Tim Reed. So, this one, in the as he is the only grey, be easily to spot. And he's unbeaten in his 3 starts this term, though he may have been lucky to maintain that record at Wetherby last time out. Now, just as we come to it, you can see he's in front, Yahoo in the yellow colours, coming here to challenge him. Behind is Handy Trick, who's better off in the weights today. But just watch the mistake now, the horse in yellow, Yahoo, off, walks through it. And that gives High Edge Grey the impetus here to go on and win. Although, as the winning post comes, well, it's becoming a desperate thing. But just watch the third horse here, Handy Trick. He's better off today, and he's making ground all the way. So it ought to be close between those two. And Ken Oliver is the trainer of High Edge Grey.
Kenneth, did you feel he was a shade lucky to win at Wetherby?
Well, they say so, but then on the other hand, I mean, jumping's the name of the game, and jumping won him the race. And, I mean, he is a superb jumper.
How highly do you rate him?
I think when you look back now, it's only 13 months since he won his first race over fences. He's come on in leaps and bounds. But he's still weak, and we're going to look after him. I mean, he eventually might become a very much better horse still, but he still needs more time.
Will the ground suit him here?
He likes the top of the ground. Eventually he may go in a soft or heavy ground, but just now he likes the top of the ground.
So it's win or lose?
Well, we have the booze.
Yes, that's Ken Oliver, all right. High Edge Grey, well, will he beat his old rival, Handy Trick, today? Certainly they're weighted to finish close together. There is Handy Trick, looks good, and in the colours of Jack Hansen, very, very popular man, Jack, in the north of England. Comes down for a raid now and again. His latest price is 6-1, Handy Trick, a 7 times winner last year. Mickey Hammond has the ride, W.A. Stevenson is the trainer. And from France, Nupsala there in the blinkers. Well, this is has a live chance. I'm not sure if the ground is quite fast enough for him, because he loves fast ground, which was probably the cause of his slight disappointment when 4th in the Tote Gold Cup. That was he was behind Covey's Clown then. On Boxing Day at Kempton, on decent going, the French half-bred was always going like a winner. Just watch now, is he coming there? He's shading Desert Orchid, and Forgive and Forget is just behind him. But look how well he's going. Always nicely on the bridle, and they've got a terrific gallop on this occasion. And then as they go to the last, you can see Andre Pommier looking round to his right shoulder to see that Desert Orchid is well beaten. And Forgive and Forget is under hard pressure here as they go to the last. But certainly the mistake that he makes here, well, it wasn't the difference, in my opinion, between winning and losing. Because just watch, terrible fall there, but he was under extreme pressure at the moment. And so Nupsala goes on to record a very good victory. And his trainer is Francois Dumont.
Mr. Dumont, what sort of conditions your horse in?
Well, he's very well. I'm very happy. He had, I would say, a better trip than usual, because, you know, he's a bad traveller. But despite the nasty vet in Dover, which has delayed us for an hour and a half, the whole thing went quite all right.
And how do you think the course here at Newbury will suit him?
Well, we are lucky. We've got a very good ground. He likes this, you know, sort of good to fast going. And I've walked the track with Andre Pommier on Thursday morning. It was still frost, but, you know, I could see that it's a very testing track. I mean, those 2 very long straights with many jumps in front, along. It should be a very galloping track, and that suits, as you've seen in the Kempton Park race. He needs a tasting race. He needs a good run, and I think this racetrack should be of these conditions.
Are you worried by the water jump?
No, because you know the water jump of Auteuil is a little bit longer than that one. It's a bigger one, the biggest one I have seen in England. He looks very nice. I like him, but you know the Auteuil one is bigger, so larger, I mean longer to jump. So I don't think that should worry him.
Good luck.
And there is Kildimo having his first run of the season for Toby Balding. But this horse runs best when he's fresh. He won first time out last year, beating Play School. That was at Cheltenham. 11-2 from 6-1. Kildimo, ridden by Jimmy Frost. On the smallest horse in the race is the favourite, in fact, Cavi's Clown. There he is, just a little bit hot. You can see Cavi's has got a bit of a sweat on there, and it's quite cool here today. Tiny little horse, second in the Cheltenham Gold Cup last season, and on his reappearance this year, failed to give over a stone to 10+, but that is no disgrace. He's 7-2 favourite from 4-1 at the moment. Cavi's Clown, little horse, big ears, but a dour battler. Cavi's Clown is 7-2, Kildimo 11-2, Nupsala from France at 6-1, Handy Trick from the north of England at 13-2. It's 7-1, bar that quartet. And High Edge Grey from Scotland, well, he was back down from 7-1 to 5s this morning with Ladbrokes, who laid him to lose over $250,000. But there's a long way to go. 3¼ miles now. Peter O'Sullivan will take you through.
And they're running, and Mr. Frisk goes straight to the front from Midnight Madness with Cavi's Clown next, then Strands of Gold and Gala's Image and Kissan and Bucko as they jump the first. And all safely over it. High Edge Grey jumped it last, and Mr. Frisk jumped it first. Racing now towards the second, the first of the ditches this. Mr. Frisk from Kissan, Midnight Madness and Strands of Gold on the inside. Behind them, Bucko and Cavi's Clown. Then on the twist on the outside, and Nupsala, Gala's Image is on the inner with High Edge Grey, who's made ground on the inner over the third, Mr. Frisk. Safely over that, all of them too. Kissan is second, Strands of Gold third, Bucko 4, 5 on the outside, Midnight Madness and Strands of... Then on the outside, on the twist, on the inner is High Edge Grey. And then Nupsala was just the back marker. They race towards the next, the fifth. Mr. Frisk lands in the lead from Kissan and Midnight Madness. Strands of Gold, that is, towards the right of the picture. Towards the left is on the twist. They're very similar, both with the light sleeves, you'll see. In the centre, Cavi's Clown with his white face, being followed by Handy Trick. Gala's Image close to the lead. And Nupsala and Kildimo are the two back markers, as Mr. Frisk is the leader from Kissan and Midnight Madness. On the twist, and Strands of Gold and Gala's Image as they race now towards the cross fence. This is the sixth. Over the sixth, Mr. Frisk lands in the lead there. Nupsala still the back marker, beginning to swing left-handed. Mr. Frisk from Kissan and Midnight Madness. Nupsala just lost a bit of ground at that one. And Kildimo somewhere behind the remainder. Mr. Frisk there from Kissan. These two disputing it as they come down to the second of the ditches. Kissan the leader from Mr. Frisk, little between them. Just in behind them, Strands of Gold and Cavi's Clown and Midnight Madness. Then comes Handy Trick, Hardy Trick. High Edge Grey over on the far side. Kildimo quite a bit behind the remainder of the field now as they come down towards the 10th. It'll be the last on the next circuit. Kissan and Mr. Frisk together from Midnight Madness. Strands of Gold and Gala's Image and High Edge Grey and Cavi's Clown. Then comes Handy Trick and Bucko. Behind them on the twist, Nupsala and then Kildimo. So over the water. And as they jump it, Mr. Frisk on the inside of Kissan. They're all safely over it, though Kildimo jumped it a little bit awkwardly, screwed a bit to the right there as he jumped it. They go out into the country now with Mr. Frisk on the inside of Kissan, then Midnight Madness, then Strands of Gold, then Handy Trick and Cavi's Clown. Behind them, Gala's Image, then Bucko, behind Bucko. is High Edge Grey. Then comes Nupsala and On the Twist. Over the 12th, Kassan landed in the lead there from Mr. Frisk and Midnight Madness. Then Strands of Gold. Handy Trick behind them. High Edge Grey and Gala's Image and Cavi's Clown, and then Bucko. Then Nupsala and On the Twist. Midnight Madness and Kassan disputing it now. Kildimo's been pulled up. Mr. Frisk is third. 4 is Strands of Gold. 5 is Handy Trick. 6 is High Edge Grey. So High Edge Grey has a faller there. High Edge Grey has gone at that one. High Edge Grey is down there. They've got 7 left to jump. And it's Kassan and Midnight Madness. Jump that together from Mr. Frisk on the inside. Behind them come Handy Trick. Behind Handy Trick is On the Twist. 6 from home now. Bucko comes next, then Cavi's Clown, who made a mistake at that one. Nupsala is beginning to make ground now. They're beginning to swing left-handed. And as they do so, it's Kassan and Midnight Madness and Mr. Frisk. These 3 ahead of Handy Trick, who's making good ground on the outside. Strands of Gold is next. Behind them, Cavi's Clown. Nupsala still making ground from the rear. Bucko is well there too as they come to the cross fence. Midnight Madness with the advantage at the cross fence. Midnight Madness lands in the lead, makes a mistake there though, forfeits the lead once again to Kassan, with Mr. Frisk coming back there on the inside. Bucko still making ground. Strands of Gold and Handy Trick are still well in touch, and Nupsala has got much too much to do to get in touch now, the French challenger, as they come down now towards the 4th last. Mr. Frisk with the advantage once again from Midnight Madness. Strands of Gold on the near side. A wide open race this. Strands of Gold on the near side. The fractional leader now from Mr. Frisk. Midnight Madness. Handy Trick trying to get on terms with them now. The sheepskin nose band, that is. Strands of Gold landed in the lead there. It's Strands of Gold from Handy Trick on the near side. Mr. Frisk on the far side, coming down to the 2nd last. Strands of Gold lands in the lead from Handy Trick in 2nd. Mr. Frisk 3rd. Midnight Madness is 4th. And Strands of Gold refining his old form here for Martin Pipe as he comes down to the final fence with a 4-length advantage from Handy Trick. Strands of Gold lands in the lead. Handy Trick was 2nd. Mr. Frisk 3rd. Cavi's Clown has moved into 4th. They're racing into the closing stages. And Strands of Gold is sprinting. He's sprinting up to the line to win the 32nd Hennessy. Strands of Gold is the winner. 2nd is Handy Trick. 3rd is Mr. Frisk. 4, Cavi's Clown. 5 was Midnight Madness. 6 was Bucko. 7, Gala's Image. 8 was Nupsala. And they're the only finishers. And so the result of the 32nd Hennessy Gold Cup. First, number 11, Strands of Gold, owned by Independent Twine Manufacturing Limited, trained by Martin Pipe and ridden by Peter Scudamore. 2nd was number 7, Handy Trick, owned by Mr. Jack Hansen, trained by Arthur Stevenson and ridden by Michael Hammond. And 3rd was number 6, Mr. Frisk, owned by Mrs. Harry J. Duffy, trained by Kim Bailey, ridden by Richard Dunwoody. And 4th was number 3, Cavi's Clown.
And the riding was on the wall a long way from home here. Peter Scudamore had a terrific ride on Strands of Gold. He was absolutely cantering coming round into the straight. At this point, Mr. Frisk had forced his way back to the front again. But in the last mile and a half of the race, there are only 2 horses going really well. One was the winner, the other was Handy Trick, who was 2nd. Handy Trick just slightly lost his place coming round to the straight. Terrific jump there by the winner from Mr. Frisk, who jumped really well throughout. In 3rd place, Handy Trick. Cavi's Clown, the favourite, never really got into it. He's just starting to make a run on the outside. You can see his white face. Down to the 2nd last now. That was last one was the ditch. And once again, Strands of Gold comes up for Peter Scudamore. And just nodded a little bit there, Handy Trick. In 2nd place is Mr. Frisk, who's given Richard Dunwoody a terrific ride the first time he's ridden him, I think. And as they come to the last, there's only 1 fence between him and certain victory, Strands of Gold, because he's running away still, pricks his ears, meets it absolutely right, comes up for Peter Scudamore again, and seldom will he win a big race with such ease. Battling on terrifically well is Mr. Frisk, but he's been passed now by Handy Trick, the other horse on the far side of the course who was going particularly well, where all the drama happened. Kildimo pulled up, having been interfered with early in the race. High Edge Grey fell, and as a result, only 2 horses had a real chance coming into the straight. But this is another triumph for Martin Pipe, who's having this unbelievable season, and another major triumph for the champion, Peter Scudamore.
Yes, number 69, no less, for Martin Pipe, and number 84 for Michael Scudamore, for Peter Scudamore. Michael's his father. Shows my age there. And the race worth 29,000 to the winner. This 29th running at Newbury and 32nd in all. Strands of Gold, originally trained by Jimmy Fitzgerald, who lost him to Martin Pipe, this 9-year-old, by La Coque d'Or out of Sweet Fanny by Bittersweet, who won by an official 6 lengths, with 10 lengths separating second and third. He'd gone through the handicap by 2 pounds, assessed at 9 stone 12. Of course, 10 stone the bottom weight. But if he came back to his form, as I think I mentioned during the parade, he was going to be a very difficult one to beat. A really cracking good performance by this winner. A marvelous effort too by the young horse Handy Trick, 7-year-old, and the starting price is as follows.
The first, number 11, Strands of Gold, 10 to 1. Second, number 7, Handy Trick, 6 to 1. And the third, number 6, Mr. Frisk, 11 to 1.
So Peter Scudamore's 84th winner of the season. Now, if you can hear some sort of noise in the background, our public address system within the studio seems to have gone a bit crazy. If you hear that, we don't know what that is, and we don't know